Hey everybody, it's Connor, and somebody asked me to do a post on how we are preparing for this super cold snap that's coming up this weekend. So I will show you. One of the first things we're doing is actually something that a lot of people overlook, and that is we are giving our trees some nutrients, giving them a little foliar spray with some nutrients to help them withstand the cold. We're feeding our trees with a few select minerals that are going to help them withstand the cold a little bit better, namely zinc, copper, calcium, ocean minerals, and vitamin B derived from kelp. Most people will jump directly to building a structure over top of your tree or throwing a blanket over it. Well, first, you really need to actually check the cold hardiness of the trees that you're concerned about, because there are different levels of cold hardiness depending on the species. You want to check what the actual cold tolerance point of the tree you're concerned about is. Because if you're getting 30 degrees and your tree doesn't get damaged until it's 25, then you might not need to do anything at all. Just water them really good. You'd be surprised to find out that a lot of your favorite tropical fruit trees are actually more cold hardy than you think. These jaboticabas behind me, they can take down into the mid to low 20s, no problem. So I'm not concerned about that. My avocado trees, most of them are cold hardy. There's a few varieties that are a little more tropical, so we might consider moving those West Indian types into the barn. Loquats are super cold hardy, at least in South Florida. And although we might get some light damage on flowers or fruit, the tree itself will be totally fine. Mango trees like these behind me are actually surprisingly cold hardy for a tropical. They can actually handle down to 32 and even 31, 30 degrees for a short time, and they'll be okay. We might get a little bit of leaf burn on the tops, but that's no big deal. However, the flowers on trees like this are only cold hardy down to about 40 degrees, so we might be losing some flowers. That's okay, they'll bloom again. Sapodilla trees like this big guy behind me, they can actually take down to freezing and even 1 or 2 degrees below just for a short period of time. So they might be all right out here, especially established trees like this. Young ones you might need to be a little more concerned about. Here we're forecasted to hit somewhere between 30 degrees and 34 degrees for a couple nights in a row. So we are going to be rounding up a selection of them, the most cold sensitive ones, and we'll be stuffing them in the barn with some propane heaters just so we don't have any losses. As for what you should do yourself, that really depends on where you're located, what you have planted, and what the forecast is, and how much work you're willing to put in versus the risk that you can handle. For me personally, I'm not worried about any of my trees in the ground. I didn't plant anything that can't take that level of cold. Maybe a little bit of tip burn here and there, but no big deal. Veggie gardens might have some damage. That's okay. I mean, we can't control everything. So it really just depends on what level of work you're willing to put in and how much zone pushing you're actually doing in your yard. Our beautiful little Thai constellation monsteras. Yeah, these are gonna get bundled up. We don't want these getting ugly.